Yes, my people, hope you're good. Welcome back to the Bouncer channel. Guys, just get straight into this, man. Young T and Bugsy. Just saw some clips going around on Snapchat just about their label though. And that they didn't get paid they haven't received any money. Let's get into this actually. Let me just flip my screen and actually get into this, and let's just I'm just gonna give you my look into things, like what I think. But this one's deep. So let's get into this. Guys, lucky okay.
No holding back. Nothing. That's when obviously things just started getting mad.
It was just us, innit? Like, it was more like, alright, cool, we're in the game.
What was it like, the charting thing though?
I haven't brought it up because I didn't even know it was a thing. I don't think people really believe man like that.
If you go there now, are you credited or no?
No, I'm not even credited on it.
I've got all this bread, but I
Whew.
can't even take out a phone contract.
The headline is like, what? They didn't get paid? What?
Whoa, bro, do you not trust me? Like, it's like that kind of vibe. So it's like,
Let's get into this, man.
how are you doing it? What are you saying?
Doing a quick crack check.
Yeah, quick thing. Let's go. There's
Back to this. I'm got
a J5s, there's a J5s on, you know.
What's the vibes, man?
Just talking, innit? We're just talking. Maybe pressing questions,
Intro.
things that people want to know about, man.
No holding back.
Nothing.
No holding back.
Safe space still. Like, I feel like you lot should just start from like the beginning, I guess. Like,
How did we meet? We just had mutual friends, innit? My brethren, Dio, Kyle. We used to go to the same after school club as well. And obviously...
Big shout out to Young T and Bugsy.
As well, innit? So that's kind of how I heard his name, yeah.
I'm originally from London, innit?
you know that.
I was born in Nigeria, but obviously came when I was 5. See, I moved to Peckham. I lived in one estate, and when it was like knocking down bare estates, they moved man to Camberwell in the year 7. And I moved to
Okay.
House. We didn't actually, we knew about each other during school, but we didn't actually meet up,
Yeah,
meet in
probably like
person.
probably like the last year of school.
Literally. Obviously, we have a city centre in Nottingham, and a lot of people, you might go to school in one area, but you have to take the bus to get there, innit?
Okay.
So the meeting point for a lot of people is
The city
town.
centre,
The
really.
city centre.
Everyone has to take two buses, innit?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the first bus would take them to town, and then obviously it's town, so it's got your loads of buses to spread out you to each different.
That's lit still. What do you say you man got along straight away?
Yeah. Pretty much still.
There was a group of us, innit? So maybe like 10 of us.
Obviously, one thing that's always been with us from the start is like T producers.
So is that where the music started then?
Yeah.
So when you started doing music and that, was it a plan to be a duo, like straight?
No, like, remember, like, man was just, we was all in a big group, innit? We was all in a big
Making
group.
music.
It turned out to be just kind of like me and T left that was hungry for it, that wanted to actually do this and type of thing, innit? It was more that, innit? Yeah.
So up
Okay.
until that point, if you was to call that like the intro, what would you man say like the next chapter would, like what would you call that?
Just working, like, we didn't actually put out bare music like that, but just being in the studio, bears, like, and I'll say that's the stage where we was actually kind of like holding
just
our
in the
craft,
studio.
holding our sound. I think our first rhythm we dropped.
Guys, take that in, man. Obviously, at that time, obviously they're in the studio building their craft, their sound. Obviously, it's important to put that time and effort in the studio and get better and better at your craft.
Together was the Versace. Remember Versace?
Oh, yeah.
You remember
The
that tune?
Migos thing.
The Migos thing. Yeah. What else did we drop? We dropped a 0 to 100 remix.
With a video.
And during that period, we started to gather a name and what's it called in Nottingham.
Everywhere we went, it's a party. Everyone was shouting, there's a party. Party. That helps spread it still.
thing.
Yeah.
Dope.
At that stage, it was like music industry yet, or was it just
No.
just music?
Just raw. It's just raw. Man could have never imagined what was to come or how things was gonna be. It was just more man just having fun doing what we like to do and want to do.
I want to ask like
Okay.
when it got serious.
Me personally is when is not even don't know, because don't know it was mad, but still like local man. When I started thinking, yo, this is mad, is when after man dropped Glistening and then we got a call.
Yeah, I was on a family trip
on a family holiday.
to Jamaica. Kean Davis shouting, man, still. Shout him out. Shout out Kean Davis.
Yeah.
still.
Shout out Kean, that's my
Shout out
brother
Kean
still.
Davis
That's my brother, yeah. He shouted, man. Basically just saying, yeah, heard the tune, think it's hard, like what you man, like, what's happening, like, what's going on, like, you man signing, So that for me, that was when I thought, no, like, man, I'm making some real
Okay.
progression.
All by yourself.
Obviously, there's been certain points where I thought, oh shit, like raw. You know what I mean? But I've always seen it as I'm just on the journey, innit? Like to get to where I want to get. You know what I mean? To get to the pinnacle of being an artist.
So then after that, that's when obviously things just started getting mad.
Yeah, it was like raw. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the only problem I'd say, or not even a problem, the only reality of it is that it was just us, innit?
Yeah.
So like, man didn't have a manager. We had people who were like obviously helping
Okay.
us out. Like for example, like T's cousin, Darian, he was a big help in man's early stages, whether it's like driving man to shows, whether it's being our DJ, whether it's like playing the manager role and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? Like he really helped us out. But
It was 18 when we started having conversations and when we signed. Obviously, we was 19.
And when you man signed,
9 years old.
both of you can answer, did you man feel like life had changed yet?
Feel like a new chapter.
Yeah.
New
Yeah,
chapter.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, I'm stepping into this now.
A lot of artists, it's like, I can't wait to get signed. Like, oh yeah, like all the hard work, we don't need to do hard work no more. Like everything is gonna be magical. So yeah, man, it's
You know what I mean? It's a whole nother. You know what I mean?
People, one thing people don't understand, you know, when you're not from London and you have to come to London all the time to work,
Myth.
like it's different. Like it's a different like, and we was doing that before we had got signed. Like we were doing that. Like we got a session here, we got one opportunity here. Like
Got a little show there.
we got a little
also.
show. Red Bull saying we can come to use their studio. You man can come and blah blah blah. We're gonna put you man in a hotel. Go do this and just off the small little music they see man online. Like a lot of arting was a lot of people. I want to say invested in our stocks early. That makes sense. A lot of people see man and thought, oh yo, there's something about these man. There's potential in these man, and they wanted to get involved. Like it was more like, alright, cool, we're in the game. We're in the game. This is where the work starts. Because that's what everyone around was kept on saying. So many different people were saying that same
thing.
that same thing. Yeah. And obviously, some people you taking what they say. Like he's one of them kind of people, man. I taking what he says, innit? And that's what we tried to do.
Yeah, that's what we did.
That's what we did. Still. It was a good experience. Like, it wasn't like a bad experience. Like we won. We learned a lot from it. We made a lot of good relationships from it. It was lit, man. I can't lie, bro. We had a lot of highs, man. A lot of success still. Yeah. A lot of highs, bro.
What was like the first tune that really went?
The Banana remix we was on.
Oh yeah.
The Banana remix with Belly Squad,
That did really good.
Abracadabra. I had Shoki on there.
Yeah.
There's a few people on there still. There's a few people on there. That one was serious. But for us, like where it's just us, I say probably Gangland. Then 4x4. 4x4 was crazy. Charting was cool. It was I Caramba.
Yeah.
That was the first time we tasted the charts.
Yeah, that was a banger still.
like a rumba, a banger.
Yeah.
What
That was
like,
dope.
the
That was
charting thing,
that's
though?
a classic.
Man was gas still. He was coming back from my beef, I like.
Imagine still.
Man was gas. I remember I was thinking,
Akaramba's a banger.
I'm living it.
Yeah. No, we made that song.
I think it's 2016.
We made that song 2016, the first week after being signed. So
Yeah.
Probably in the same month.
Yeah.
Listen, man, because when I found out that you was producing,
Yeah.
that's probably like a couple months ago.
So you swear?
Yeah. I swear down, bro. I swear down. I think it was the session I was in with you, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I seen
You
this
see
little
one.
thing and I thought he was trying to think. And then man was like, yeah, like he's been producing, he produced all the big records. And I was like, raw, like, why don't man know that? Why does no one know
What?
that?
Oh
How does
shit!
no one know that?
No, what it is.
Young T's a big producer.
We just didn't showcase it, innit? We didn't showcase it, and
We didn't shout about
we
it.
didn't shout about it. And I didn't really think. Me personally, I didn't really think it was a thing that I needed to really shout about. I just thought it was a
That's a
standard
big
thing.
thing, bro.
You didn't wanna
You're a
shout, but the whole
producer.
thing, like, there wasn't enough people around man shouting it
Shouting
for
about
man.
it.
Do you know what I mean? So shouting it for making sure it's heard.
You know
Then
that.
making
That makes
sure it's
sense.
heard,
Making sure it's actually heard.
And at the time, even when I was saying it, I don't think, because people wasn't there, and it's maybe been so long to where I haven't brought it up because I didn't even know it was a thing. I don't think people really believe man like that. Not even kind of. It was that situation, innit? You know what I mean? Even for both records, Ika Rumba and Striker Pose. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Both of them.
Yeah.
So if you go there now, is it
You made both of them.
No, I'm not even credited on it. No.
Wait.
Yeah, you get me? I was keeping it real.
Wait. Akarumba and Striker Pose. Young T produced both beats and he's not credited for it. This is mad dark. Like, this is what I mean about the industry, like the labels, and this is what I mean. And this is why, like, there's no way in for me no more, because things like this, whoo, no way.
Isn't it?
Sometimes when you're
I actually have to rewind that, man. That's deep, you know.
Even for both records, Ika Rumba and Strike a Pose. You know what I mean?
Both.
It is. We just didn't showcase it, innit? We didn't showcase
Like,
it, and
that is
we didn't
crazy.
shout about
we didn't shout about it. And I didn't really think. Me personally, I didn't really think it was a thing that I needed to really shout about. I just thought it was a standard thing.
He didn't want to shout. It was more thinking like there wasn't enough people around man shouting it
Shouting
for
about
man.
it.
Do you know what I mean? So shouting
Bro,
for making
Young
sure
T
it's
and
heard,
Bugzy.
so that makes sense.
Young T
And at-
produced
And at the time, even when
Ika
I
Rumba and
was
Strike a
saying,
Pose.
I don't think because people
What?
wasn't there, and it's maybe been so long to where I haven't brought it up because
That's
I didn't
crazy.
know it was a thing. I don't think people really believe man like that. Not even kind of. It was that situation, innit? You know what I mean? Even for both records, Ika Rumba and Strike a Pose. You know what I mean?
Both of them.
Yeah.
So if you go there now, are you credited or no?
No, I'm not even credited on it. No.
What?
You get me?
The truth.
What?
Yeah, you get me?
What? What the hell, bro, is going on? This is what I mean. These people, they come into man's culture and they just exploit man, bro. They rob man, they spank man. Fuck off. Like, real talk, like, fuck off. You get me? You lot can't do nothing.
Just keeping it real, innit?
Sometimes when you're less experienced and stuff, people will tell you, oh, like play the game or play the game or blah 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 blah. Car, they fear or they don't want to risk either upsetting somebody else who might be more powerful or who might be more what's it called, or they don't want to step on anyone's toes. That makes sense. So I think there's a mixture of that as well. I feel like people felt like, yo, you've got a hit. Like, what does it matter? Does that make sense? I think that was the vibe. That was the vibe. That was more the angle. Was like, you've got a hit. What does it matter? We don't need to now be screaming about, oh, T done this on the beat and produced this and what's it called, blah blah blah. Because you've got a hit. It doesn't matter. Like, people are giving you man the flowers anyway. So it's more like the flowers of, oh, you've got a hit. But it's like the longevity in this thing is people also knowing that, yo, my man produces and he's got some. He's been
That's
part
crazy.
of some major hits. He's been part of songs that's gone platinum. And sometimes I even wish that I even said more. So even, for example, even like a case like Ika Rumba, like even to this day, it's like, this is just some real shit. Even to this day, I don't like the fact that T doesn't have a verse on Ika Rumba. Like, he doesn't have an actual verse on Ika Rumba because one, man made a beat. And man made a song in 2016. I think Sincere said he wanted to release a tune or something. That's how it happened, innit? Sincere wanted to release a tune. But even with that, looking back on that, it's like realistic.
The song's a banger, though.
We just released the song ourselves. Like, we made the song time ago in 2016.
I hear you, but I do hear you. You made a song time ago, but it done what it needed to do. Like I would say that, like, Sincere and Young T and Bugzy, Fredo, like, you lot done what you needed to do. It's amazing. The song is a banger. Like, I think it dropped the right time, the visuals, the concept, whatever happened. I think maybe if you did release it on your own, it might not have had the same impact. So I will say, like, well done to all parties. In terms of the credits and that, it's mad still, but I don't know.
Like, we saved the song purposely because we felt like, yo, this song is a banger, it's gonna work. But it's like, us doing that we ended up getting our first charting song and top 40 song, but it's a song where it doesn't even have both of us fully represented on the song. And realistically, that's mad. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you actually think, when you deeper and think back, like, yo, like, we should have never even been okay with that. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to say about the thing. Like, I wish even some of the stuff that I know now, I wish like I could tell my younger self that, yo, you're not moving mad. Like, you're actually not moving mad. Like, you're not moving mad. You don't always have to be try to be understanding or try to be blah 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 or just we've got a hit, because man can have a hit and that hit still might not even represent you, man, as much as it could. Do you know what I mean? And as it should. You know what I'm saying? Again, us being from Nottingham and coming down here, like, it's like there's always like an element of it's just me and T, and then everyone else. Does that make sense? So even when we do have a team, because our team is also people that we've kind of like met along the journey, there's always like a thing of it's just me and T.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So sometimes when there's opposite feelings on things, it's like the only people in our corner is just me and T. Do you know what I mean? So even when something is mad or something doesn't make sense, if no one else is hearing it, if no one else who's like has to hear it is not really hearing it, then it's like it's always okay with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Outvoted, like.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Blur the vision a bit.
What would you say that's when it was like the trials started to come in?
Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. Like with all the success you see, there's trials and there's other sides of it. There's other sides that
trials and
before it even
tribulations,
became a
of
success,
course.
Before we even accepted it as like, oh, it's a success. So whatever. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause everything, obviously, like people say that thing where like, would you rather cry in a Rolls Royce or cry in a Toyota and this and that, blah blah blah. So it's like it's that side of it as well. There's a point where there's still it shouldn't have went down that way element to it. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of that through that whole period, that middle period where things were going great, but there's a lot of like, we're battling with this, or we're trying to this, or we're starting to clock that, even though we're having success, it's still not building up our profile.
We ain't got no money like that.
As much as
Like, we're not making what we should be.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we've always kind of knew that. We always kind of knew that, like, man are doing everything man are saying we should be doing though, but it's like, it's not fully translating as much as we feel like it should be translating. And we kind of always kind of chalked it up to maybe it's because we're not from London. But then after I started seeing like man that are not from London and their things going crazy, like, it can't be that. It can't be that. So I just wish I could go back and tell my younger self, bro, you're not moving mad. Make sure you're going 10-10 on your marketing and branding. Like, make sure you're really making a brand, like a brand that people identify.
Artists, pay attention to this, man. Managers, pay attention to this. This is what artists are saying, like, to tell their younger self. So any up-and-coming artist that's watching this, or managers that want to be a manager, make sure you're going 10-10 on your branding. Like, their branding is crazy now. Like, very good, like, clean, like, that they've got a cult fan base.
Identify you man for. Do you know what I mean? Like, to say, okay, that one there, that's Young T. That one there, that's Bugsy. That's what Young T's on. That's what Bugsy's on.
So would you say them kind of battles, is that what kind of started leading into like you lot was trying to take time away from music?
I think the break came from obviously the natural break.
Yeah.
Natural break with the lockdown and blah blah. We separated with Black Butter. Yeah.
And
so
our management as
and
well.
our management as well, like all in the same time.
At
Yeah,
the same
all at the
time.
same time.
There's a lot to
Was that like
to sort out.
To sort out. Yeah. There's a lot of backroom stuff to sort out, innit?
Okay.
So what made you kind of separate from both of those things? Like, that's a big change for any artist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so
definitely.
it's a big change still.
At that time as well, we were older now. I think we're starting
Wiser.
to be a bit more sure on like the kind of help that we need to get there. Do you know what I mean? The kind of attention and time we think we need to get there. Do you know what I mean? So I think it was more not where it's considered as successful, because man can be having success and having hits, but it's like it's not. I'm not talking about finances here. I'm talking about like my actual dream as a rapper. Like I want to be a rapper I can stand on my own 2 feet, release a song. Yeah, like it's more that, man. It's more that. I think man just we're a bit older. and just wanted to just go in a direction
Needed
that
a
we
different
really wanted
approach
to.
still,
Yeah.
needed
Just
a
wanted a different approach. Yeah.
And I feel like this is around the kind of times I met you.
Yeah.
And I
think
feel like
so.
we was having a conversation. And is this similar time you was like stepping into like forward?
Yes.
And I feel
Oh,
like
congratulations,
you
man.
Kind of that had an impact.
Yeah.
As well, like we'll speak on that, just forward and how that had to just
Yeah, no, all that happened around the same time still. I think that was the year, that was 2022 still. I had my son, my lovely son. There was a lot going on.
Bare emotions.
Yeah, there was a lot going on for me in that period. Like even around our tape dropping, we dropped our second mixtape, Truth Be Told, at the start of that year. Like even that period was kind of bittersweet for me, because that was when I have a little brother in it. That's when he went jail.
Okay.
My brother went jail. Like literally, I think it was like a week or what's it called, or 2 weeks or something before man's tape dropped or something mad like that. And even that was probably, I literally remember that period. That was a proper bittersweet period. There was a lot of things going on.
things going
Yeah.
on, yeah.
And also me knowing that, yo, later on this year, I've got a child coming in. You know what I mean? So it's me like patterning up, like sorting out bare stuff. Like I had to sort out bare stuff just to make sure I'm ready in it. Like, cause before then I wasn't driving. What's that thing? My credit score wasn't even looking that good. Like man was like, I remember I had the realization I had to pattern up properly is when I think I went to try to go get like a phone, what's it called, yeah?
Contract.
Yeah, phone contract,
Yeah.
Bro, I went to go, what's it called, they're telling me, oh no, you can't get a phone contract, the credit's not
Ooh.
good. I'm like, bro, like I'm in the guy, and the guy's like, yo, I'm sure I know
mad.
you though. Like I said, yeah, I make music. I'm like, bro, like, can't I pay this out? Can I not like and about I've got like this and I'm me, I walked out the shop, looked at my account, I said, yo, like, I've got all this bread, but I can't even take out a phone contract.
It's crazy.
You know how mad that is?
Yeah,
I
that's
thought like, no,
crazy.
and I'm literally meant to be a father in a couple of months. I can't take out a phone contract.
No,
I thought, I had to pattern up, like, I got a credit card, I patterned up, I had like a CCJ on my thing from back in the day, you know, back in the day I had to, you know what I mean, I had to I paid that off, everything, I paid it off, sorted out my credit, learned how to drive in about like, I think it took me like, honestly, like 4 months.
Upper.
Learned how to drive, got my whip.
So you basically just have to lock in stuff.
I just locked in, yeah, it was
Just
a real
lock
lock
in.
So like, that also was part of why man was on a break as well. Like, I'm grateful for that break as well, because it really let me have that time to do that, and also
It's important to have a break.
really enjoyed that period of I'm having a child, innit?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like the whole everything, innit? Like it was a real. I really grew, innit? I really grew.
Was you already a father?
Yeah.
I've been a dad still.
So what was it
I'm
like
a father.
watching like Bugey going through all that? Like,
I don't know. I feel like everyone's father experience is
Different.
Is different, innit? You know what I mean? Like everyone's course on the parenting's a bit very, very different, innit?
Yeah,
So
Especially what stage you get into.
yeah, like you have kids.
He
you know what I
was
mean?
very early.
Yeah, I mean, I had a child when I was 20 years old. Yeah.
Wow.
So, early doors, early shooter. You know what I mean? Early shooter.
I hear it.
Early shooter. You know what I mean? Quick with the trigger. You know what I mean?
But did that make you like want to pattern up earlier then? Or was it just like...
Yeah.
But he's young though.
I'm young.
He's young though, innit?
I'm young. I'm a maneuver, innit? I've always been a sharp brother, innit? I've always been a thingy like that. So obviously it was daunting, innit? You know what I mean, I'm young. I'm having a child, innit? You know what I mean, I'm basically still a child myself, innit? But I made it happen still. I made it work.
Yeah.
You get me? Like one way or another.
Lessons of like just being a father that like just helped you even just in life and music.
Yeah, patience. A lot of patience still. With children, you need a great amount of patience.
Yeah.
A great amount of patience. Even not just having a child, not even just a child, but having a child with somebody else. You know what I mean? Like it's somebody else that you're sharing this child with. Your views might be different on parenting and you know what I mean?
Experience with
Yeah,
the whole experience.
you got what I mean? Like you're sharing those things with and
Helps though.
yeah, it helps.
Helps
it
though.
helps.
I can't lie.
Helps.
I can definitely say, like from me before having a child to me after, I'm definitely a different person. Like I'm definitely a different person. I have more time for certain things. Like I'll be able to like, I'm able to bite my tongue like better.
Yeah.
I'm able to not say the first thing that comes to my mind straight away. And things that is patience, like developing car with a kid. There could be times where you know slapping them, like, but it's like you can't really like. It doesn't even make sense. I mean, like it's just a you. Like,
You remember they're kids.
yeah,
still.
just a kid. Like they're literally just the first time experiencing so much different things in it. So it teaches you a lot. Still, I can't lie. It helps, and it helps with this thing because you're dealing with a lot of bullshit. Like you need like a lot of patience. Like you have to be really
The
understanding.
music scene, you're dealing with a lot of bullshit.
Things can go wrong, and it's not even your fault.
Coming back to like say music, like did you come back thinking, yeah, cool, now I gotta be more patient, or was it like?
No, like it's a natural thing. It's a natural thing, innit? I feel like because, like obviously, but the experience is different for everyone. Like some people have a kid and it doesn't change them at all. Like, it's the same brother. I know some people that they have like how many youths and they're the same brother that I met like, years ago, innit? You know what I mean? The same brother, innit? So it just depends, innit? But for man, like it did change man. Do you know what I mean? Like especially for me, like I would say I was a bit more like before I had a kid, I was a bit more not like fuck it, but I was a bit more like
Raggle.
fuck it, innit? Like but now yeah, but now I'm not as fuckity, innit? Like you know what I mean? I'm not like a like you know what I mean? Like
You got a
it's
second
not
thought now.
Yeah, a little bit. Don't get it twisted. There's still some days where it's like but like not as much as before, innit?
Yeah.
Not as much as before still.
Like, what other things is going on? Like, do you look? Obviously, life has just slowed down. I'd say
Yeah.
because music,
Yeah.
I guess, is just fast.
Yeah.
A lot of family time. A lot of family time still. A lot of family time.
Which was good.
Which was,
Yeah.
yeah,
Very,
which
very
was
good.
good.
Needed.
Which was really
'Cause
good. still.
up until before then, man was so back and like back and forth, like to the
and
point where
down.
man, you're not even really seeing your people
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that, like that,
100%.
like how you want to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you might just see them, you might be in Nottingham for a few days, so maybe a couple of days you spend it just kind of chilling at home, and that's because you chill it with the man them or whatever, or chill. Do you know what I mean? Then you're back again, you're gone to London again, done doing this. Man used to do shows all the time. Man was just here like up and down the country doing all different types of. Do you know what I mean? The break was a good needed break for my it was before then it was a long
Needed,
time before we had that
needed.
time.
Any sort of break.
Yeah, before that.
Any sort of break. Years before man had any sort of break.
Facts.
Yeah.
But it was good still. When I locked in on my health. Really, really locked in on my health still. Like I've been a healthy person innit,
Yeah.
but that break, I locked in on my health still. Locked in gym every morning. My dietary was just clean and lean. It was good still. It was really, really good still. I can't even lie.
What was there a conversation you lot had between yourselves when it was time to?
Like we had times where we would sit down and plan on things like that. You know what I mean? Like we even shot videos as well. Yeah, in that time.
Yeah.
You get me? Some of them videos haven't even came out, innit? You get me? Them songs, but we'll still, you know what I mean? We're still actively working and
Okay.
planning and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's more also just sorting out everything. Like
And
the
the
back,
stuff,
in the
that's-
background,
yeah,
making
that's-
sure everything's patterned. Like so, everything. So before we step back out,
Everything's
like
thingy.
it's as patterned as we can get it. Do you know what I mean? And we can feel confident. Like cool, we can come back out now. Do you know what I mean?
But changing management and leaving a label, like there's a lot of stuff that has to be done, innit? Lot of
Yeah.
ideas
At the
and
same
all of that.
time,
Same time.
yeah, like it's a lot in it.
So then, what was the thought process of coming back with a song like on that kind of vibe? You know what I'm saying?
It's been a minute.
Yeah, been a minute.
Yeah.
Because you might think come straight back with the bangers.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
Litness,
yeah,
litness.
yeah,
There was
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
like a thought process to like, nah, we got something to say in it. So
Yeah.
talk on that.
It wasn't even planned that much like that to even come back with that type of song. You get what I'm trying to say? Like I think I made that tune in my crib in Nottingham. I got a studio in my crib in it, so I
Lean.
put that up late night, probably like 2 o'clock or something like that. Made the beat, writ to it, and then I was driving to studio. I writ the rest of it to studio. I just came straight in, laid it straight away within the first 15 minutes. Laid it. Bugey heard it, he liked it, and he went with it. And then I think just from the things that we were saying in there, we just said, you know what, you know what I mean? Like, let's run with that one. So it wasn't even a song that we were sitting on for time. You know what I mean? Like we had other songs
That we were planning to.
yeah, I mean, that was
go
planning
first.
to go first. You get me? And then we made that one and said, you know what? Let's just bang that one first, innit? Talking about deep stuff.
Yeah.
Being honest.
Yeah.
Giving people an insight of why. You know what I mean? You get me?
Okay.
What's happening during that time?
I
you
feel
get
like
me?
when that song came out, that is kind of when obviously the news came out and all the things of, you know, money side, not being paid and that type of stuff. And then it's just like,
I wanna hear
music.
about
So I
this
guess
side.
this is the time to kinda like finally speak on it because the headline is like, what? They didn't get paid? What?
Yeah.
See these man with bust down and that, like, surely they got paid. Like, but like, what did you really mean?
We haven't seen no residuals from the label from that song. That's not to say that they haven't paid, man.
Yeah.
In advances and yeah, I mean, and things like that. But as far as residuals, we haven't got any residuals or any recoupment or anything from any songs. A song like that that's had a worldwide success.
Yeah.
We would have thought that we would have had some form of recoupment. You know what I mean? But as we've said, you know what I mean? Like we haven't. You know what I mean? When we've chased up about it and asked about it, it comes to show that we haven't. You know what I mean?
Why is that
That's
though? Like,
not.
you think a tune that mad?
Doesn't really make sense in it.
Yeah.
I think it's more that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
just
the thing.
just be
Doesn't-
real with it. Like, this is
doesn't
more.
really
It
make
doesn't really make
sense.
sense because obviously we've got a tune like that. A lot of these things, it's easy to do this.
Wait,
do the calculations.
guys.
Do the calculations on day-to-day updates on.
Just taking what they're saying. They're saying that they haven't received no residuals from their music. Advance is totally different. Just take this in, like, you get signed for mixtape or album, you get your advances, recoup. But what they're saying is they haven't received any recoup, no residuals. Listen, they got a song called Don't Rush, Strike a Pose. After this, I'm gonna go to the Spotify so we can look at and just do some basic numbers on Spotify, but and we can talk about the logistics on all the other platforms as well. But that is crazy, and I have to just go back a bit. You get me?
Had some form of recoupment. You know what I mean? But as we've said, you know what I mean? Like we haven't. You know what I mean? When we've chased up about it and asked about it, it comes to show that we haven't. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Why is that though? Like you think a tune that mad?
Doesn't really make sense, innit?
Yeah.
I think it's more that.
Yeah.
Just be real with it. Like, it doesn't really make sense because
Crazy.
we've got a tune like that. A lot of these things, it's easy to do the calculations. You can do the calculations on day-to-day updates on just going off your Spotify streams and how much is going off every day. Add that on top of the other songs like Strike a Pose, like the I Carumbas, like the 4x4s, and the other rhythms like New Shapes. There's different rhythms there. When you accumulate all of this up, it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? It's more, it's more that. Like when you actually look at it, it's like it's more that in it. But obviously,
even if I'm wrong, you want the education.
Yeah.
To know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because really, from what like my man's saying, from the calculations and that, and the songs,
it don't really make
it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
So help me understand. Like we didn't ask about these things before. Like even songs with Striker Pose and all of these things. Like we've always asked. You know what I mean? Like how's it going? Like,
where we at?
You know what I mean? Like
Where we at?
You know what I mean?
Of course.
Every time we used to ask our team, they always used to not kind of fob man off, but they never really wanted to.
Just they want to rock the boat. They want to like.
Bruv, we're getting exploited, guys, man. It's called a spade a spade. It doesn't matter. Look, the team that obviously that was working on managing Young T and Bugey at the time, they have label, their A&Rs, they're with the labels, do you know what I mean? They're hired, they get paid by the labels, the logistics, the back end. So the team is like, there's a conflict of interest just on the back of that, because they're with the labels. There's many managers that are managers, but they're managers pro labels. If you're a manager, you need to be like impartial in the middle. Like you need to be for the artist. Like that's what you need to be, is for the artist. If there's any in betweens, like if there's any on the right side, you're not doing your duty for the artist. This is why a lot of people in the scene don't like me, or like they're just wary of the stuff that I will say, because it's like, oh yeah, Bouncer says bad things about the culture or the scene, and it's not that I say bad things about the culture or the scene. I just care about our culture. You get me? I care about our culture.
To actually go and find out and have that conversation. You know what I mean? And man would hear things like, oh, like people never really get paid off royalties from labels and things like that.
It's crazy.
Like,
People don't really get paid off royalties from labels.
Yeah, that's pub. So it's like, man just want to find out. You know what I mean? But I think in this game, the thing about this game is that when you start asking certain types of questions to do with money, people are cool with talking to money like to you. That makes sense. So like a label will be cool with saying, oh, we want to offer you this, offer you that, offer you that. But when you now start asking about money, when you now start asking about certain things, it's like people wait, whoa, bro, do you not trust me? It's like that kind of vibe. So it's like, it's that kind of vibe. So it's like when we're asking stuff, it's like, I feel like there's a general thing in this industry where it's like when the artists seem like they're a bit more clued up, or they're asking things like, oh, artists don't normally ask about this.
It's difficult. In that.
They now think, oh, are you... Like everything's going good, man. Oh, yo, bro, man will give you another, like, yo, do you want, you need like 50 racks? You need 60 racks, give you another one. Just judge with that, just bake off with that. And it's like, man, all that's cool. You want to give it me, cool, fine and done, but I want to know where I'm at.
What's going on?
Where I'm at for mine.
I want to talk about what I'm actually entitled to and owed. Not to say there's money that I'm owed. You know what I mean? Like what I'm actually entitled to. You know what I mean? That's actually for me. You know what I mean? Like just want to know.
When you look at the stats and you look at everything that it achieved, one of the biggest songs commercially worldwide dropped in the UK from our scene, and it's like that being said, us knowing that we didn't take a mad advance, knowing that this is how much this
we didn't take a mad advance,
and knowing also we have
wait rewind this bit just so you know,
Like, just want to know.
We didn't take him at
When
advance.
you look at the stats and you look at everything that it achieved, one of the biggest songs commercially worldwide dropped in the UK from our scene. Yeah. And it's like, that being said, us knowing that we didn't take a mad advance, knowing that this is how much this type of song recoups, and knowing also we have another 2-3 that is you know what I'm saying, we have another how many other songs that when you accumulate all together, the numbers should be blah blah blah. Obviously the grey area is man don't know how much overall has been spent on man from the label. Does that make sense? Like that's the grey area. Obviously with labels, and I don't. With everything we're saying,
I have to be very... Guys, Young T and Bugey, well done for this interview. And they have to be very, very careful how they word things because they're artists. And labels are very, very powerful. They're very powerful. You know what I mean? A lot of people message me like, Bounce, like, how are you able to say what you're going to say? Go easy on the labels. They'll just flipping say you're a rapist and start pushing that narrative, or they'll just silence you. And it's like, not all people from the labels are bad. Do you know what I mean? I'm plugged in with a lot of people. You got Lloyd Murray, you got Austin, you got, do you know what I mean? There's loads of people from the labels, Kamari, like, that do their job and that they're dope. Do you know what I mean? But the whole system and making money, obviously, this is an area here that we need to look at. Like, it's period, innit? But yeah.
Man are kicking in man's old label car. To this day, it's not moaning. To this day, I thought everyone that was at the label,
It's far from that.
everyone benefited from the success. Do you know what I mean? It's not a thing
we
like
still
that.
shared. We still
we shared like a big part of man's career. Like, it's never a thing like that. It's more so just how labels work, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more how labels work. That man have a
That's
issue
even
with.
bigger than some of the people that work there, innit? It's bigger than them.
Bigger than us. It's bigger than us.
Bigger than us and them. They're still just working off a formula that's already there.
It's not a thing.
Obviously, when you dropped your new project, Beyond Reasonable Doubt, like, talk to us about that. Obviously, the Been a Minute is from that project.
I feel like BRD, like, first of all, that's our third mixtape in our installment of them kind of titles. If you follow with my mixtapes, you'll see, you'll clock there's like a theme with the with the titles in it. That tape, that's a body of work that we are both extremely proud of. Is a lot of the tunes there are produced by T. T exactly produced it. Partly as well, and that's one of the reasons why I'm always going to be proud of that record car. I feel like it sets a statement that, alright, cool, even through whatever might have been going on, even through whatever success, whatever, us two, as artists, still produce good music, really great music. Do you know what I mean? We can stand by ourselves as just us two, give a body of work and blah, 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 and what BRD is and what BRD is going to mean to man's fans in times to come is going to be beautiful, because a lot of people are going to trace back that mixtape to be the start of the new chapter for these man, start of the new wave, start of the new way these men want to be perceived. And then when you look back on you, you'll be like, oh, right, cool, I get it. Like, they started it from there. They took back control from that project. Do you know what I mean? And they just pushed. I was talking to Tiny though. I was talking to DJ Tiny. Went to like some GQ event. He was on about, yo, like, that project, you man really done your thing on there. And I feel like it's a perfect layup to what's to come. And even how he put it, I was like, literally said it in words how I feel about the project. Like, it's a perfect layup to what we've got to come in and how we're gonna, do you know what I mean, how we're gonna tackle this. And I feel like everyone who's taken it in, everyone who's took the time out to listen to it, they will get it as well. They will get that, cool, this is what these men are trying to do. They're trying to come with their own. It's their own thing now. It's them steering the ship now. You know what I mean? I feel like as time progresses, as we drop more, people really know that these man are really something still. Yeah, really something still.
Brother, wish them all the best, man.
What was
you
it
get
like?
me?
What kind of sounds? Because there's different type of sounds, obviously.
Yeah, it's fun still. Very, very fun still. Very, very natural as well. You get me? Like Bug said earlier, like, we're very, very versatile in it. Like, sounds that man express, they're very natural to man, innit? It's not like man think or plan to come up with that sound, innit? It's just naturally what comes out, man. So that's what it is, really. You know what I mean? If man hear it in there, then we, you know what I mean, like, run with the sound. But there was bare rhythms, that man made. Even before, there was like,
we had a whole BRD tape, template,
we had a whole tape, and then
we scrapped it.
Scrapped like more than half of the song. Just went back in on it. You know what I mean? So
I think it was a cool project. It sounded sick.
Okay.
What did it feel like dropping in a time where, like, it's less about is it good and more about how did it do?
The numbers,
numbers and all that stuff.
No, I think for us, I feel like it was really good. Like, with our team and with the people that we work closely with, So like people like Joshua Beats. Josh is our engineer, and we have numerous musical conversations with Joshua. We're just debating music, talking about what's going on, blah blah blah, for hours. It could be in studio talking for hours. And even with that, before the tape came out, we even kind of agreed that, yo, like with this tape, like it's not about how much we sell first week, how much, what is it called? One is about what I just
Longevity.
said earlier about make sure this is going to be the start of what we want to push forward with. Yeah. And also, no matter how much we sell or how much we want to sell or how much we think we might, it's good to actually know where we're at. Does that make sense? Like, there's no point of being afraid. Like, there's no point of being afraid or being scared to drop or blah blah blah. Even I feel like that's what's even
just
making
drop.
things
Just
cheeky
release.
and spooky right now with the scene. I feel like a lot of people are scared to drop or scared to drop their project.
100%.
A lot of people from our era, anyways. A lot of people from man's what's it called? Like, bro, man, need to drop, bro. Like, there's no like. At the end of the day, before back then. Even though like cool, it might have been more of a formula where we know, like cool, this is gonna go off. It doesn't. Man don't know what's gonna go off like now. Man don't know. Just drop. We need to drop and make sure the quality man are dropping is good. End of the day, if you have maybe like a target in your mind, maybe you want to have 1 million streams by 2 weeks. You want blah blah blah. You don't achieve it.
Then work harder.
Lets you know where you're at. So it lets you
work
know,
harder.
Like, cool. This is how much work I need to
TikTok
do.
videos.
This is where we need to
Push the
go
song.
back
Push
in
the
mix.
sound.
Like, cool, man, are tackling this side.
You get me?
Man, I'm making sure the visibility is up because it's all good to having an amazing song, but no one knows the song's out. Yeah. The visibility is not there. The marketing is not there. It's knowing that, alright, cool, in this era, what's going on, I got to make sure I'm really seeing on all platforms, not just Instagram, not just on Twitter. I need to make sure I'm everywhere. Man's spreading that. I mean, like, it's more that, like, and that's what man gained from the project. It's it really let man know where we're at. Prior to that, we hadn't dropped no music since
how long?
The start of 2022.
Nothing's overnight. Nothing's overnight.
Like man saying, music moves rapid. Do you know what I mean? So it's like 2 years, that's like 10 years of music, bro. That's how much, I mean, and especially with the industry that we have, the UK industry, which is still relatively young. Do you know what I mean? Like what we have going on is still relatively young. So it's like things are gonna move rapid.
100%.
So it's good for man to know where we're at, innit? Like where we're at. Bro, this is what man do. Like, this is what musicians do.
Man do it regardless.
This is what man do. Whether the UK industry goes to shits tomorrow, whether every single label says, you know what, pulling out of this guy, pressing the button, it's done, it's over. Like man is talking, I'm still gonna be dropping my music, bro. Like,
100%. It's so important.
I mean, this is
why it's so important to build a personal brand, guys. You can build a personal brand, you can pivot. Now, this is what Maz been speaking about. If you go look at all my other videos, go look at the videos that I'm doing, mindset ones, building a personal brand is so important. So yeah, man, go check that out on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube,
what we want to do. This is what
if you're watching on TikTok
told ourselves, we told our family, this is what we're doing, bro. You know what I mean? So it's that type of thing. Yeah.
But what is you man's opinion just like on music right now? The game, obviously. I know you said people.
Bro, I love it, bro. I love it, bro. I can't lie. I keep it real. Obviously, I know there's a little bit of like discourse online with the whole like underground scene. Bro, I love it. For how many years have I been saying Len? Have I been talking about Len? So how long? When did I first time on about Fimi Guerra when he had that project with the mannequin where he's got the what's it called face? I forgot what's the name of it.
Is it Immigrant?
Immigrants. Immigrant capitals, for how long have I been? I mean,
loads of different sounds.
The underground thing for me personally, I think it's amazing. I think it's sick. And one thing why I know it's gonna be here as well. Okay, cool. It's gonna get commercialized and blah 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 and whatever. Cool. It's gonna be here because I remember when like our era was coming up, blah blah blah, and there was like it was. I'll be honest. There was people was more receptive to new artists in our era than I think people are now. But I still think there was like older people that thought man stuff was a bit just like just some jazz. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And it's like ended up being what it became. It ended up being when man goes to parties now. Do you still not hear? I'm gonna get your darling. You still hear that? Yeah. The way there was like pushback for them certain type of tunes. So people saying, "Oh, Afro swing, this Afro thing, blah 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 blah." Look what it became. The amount of pushback I'm seeing for these man, blah blah blah, and the actual natural momentum that people who actually fuck with these men are giving them is going to actually become a real staple in what's going on in the UK because they actually have their own community. Do you know what I mean? They have their own actual fan bases that has giving them heavy. Do you know what I mean? Like that really, really like what they're doing, really, really like what they represent. And the thing about them is that all of them represent different things. Like I can see it. You know, because it's still early, I can see it. Like, Len is different to Fimi.
No, 100%.
So I mean, YT is different. It's completely different, bro. Like, it's not on the same thing these men are on. So I mean, and we even have people like Bex. Like Bex is cold.
Yeah, Bex is cold.
Cold. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's different sounds to this thing. We have flipping
Clean.
as well from Knots.
Skeet from Knots. Like, we have Skeet's crazy though. Like,
Skeet's
people
hard.
need to know Skeet's
Hard.
crazy. We have flipping Chai. Me, I can't lie. For me, Chai is probably like she's probably my favourite.
Yeah,
I think she's cold. I think she's. I like the way she raps, innit?
Yeah.
I like the way she raps, kind of not to compare, like, but I like the way she raps. Kind of reminds me of Dig That, like a raw. It's like a raw kind of rhyming pattern. It's just, the thing about them is like all of them represent different things. Like I can see it. You know, because it's still early, I can see it. Like, Len is different to Fimi.
No, 100%.
I like that one still.
YT's different. It's completely different, bro.
No
Like,
matter what.
On the same
Always
team
like to
as
hear
well.
Dig That's
we
name
have
get
even
called.
People like Bex. Like Bex is cold.
Yeah, Bex is cold.
Cold. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's different sounds to this thing. We have flipping
Skeet as well from Knots.
Skeet from Knots. Like, we have Skeet's crazy though.
Yeah,
Like,
Skeet's
people
hard.
need to know Skeet's
hard.
crazy. We have flipping Chai. Me, I can't lie. For me, Chai is probably like she's probably my favourite.
Yeah,
I think she's cold. I think she's. I like the way she raps, innit?
Yeah.
I like the way she raps, kind of not to compare, like, but I like the way she raps. Kind of reminds me of Dig That, like a raw. It's like a raw kind of rap.
Cold.
It's just,
No, 100%.
you just every single line you just say something that's just. It might not even correlate with the last thing, but it's just hard. Like, there's a wave, and there's like a real community of new artists that's coming, and like they're building their own community. I know, yo, this thing's here to stay. There's no point trying to fight it.
What's next for you, lot? With this new wave, new different sound, like where
Bro,
More music, man.
More music,
More
bro.
music.
More
Still,
music,
just
more
keep-
music.
Just keeping it going, man. Keeping it growing.
yeah, like man's dabbling. Man's gonna dabble into all different types of things. But one thing we want to make sure of us is try keep it still us, innit? You know what I mean? Whatever man
Keep
do,
it clean.
We are not known or ever want to be known for chasing a sound or chasing a what's it called car.
Dope,
I feel
dope,
like us,
dope.
we bring a sound. Do you know what I mean? If we're on a feature with somebody, I feel like people know we're on that feature. Does that make sense? Because we're gonna bring our
your flavour.
young T and Bugey flavor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I think that's how going forward. That's what man's gonna do, bro. Like even with all these new artists and whatnot, like we're locking in. We're doing sessions as we speak right now. Do you know what I mean? Man's going in the studio after this to go do a session with FK, Finesse.
Now, guys, just gonna pause it from here, man. It's nearly done. Now, my people, let's go and talk about the numbers, because obviously they're saying they took a small. Take this in, guys. They're saying we didn't get paid a big advance. So, what is not a big advance? What, 100K, 200K? That's not a big advance, because you just really put things down. Like, not many artists sign £1 million or dollar advance. So you say 100K, 200K. They did take a big advance, but that still haven't been paid for their royalties or residuals. They haven't received nothing from the labels. Now let's go to Spotify quickly. I clicked on their things from before. You can see it here. So you see, Don't Rush. Don't Rush is on. The first one's on 216 million streams. So 216 million. Let's go. $4,000 times 216 equals $864,000. Yeah. Now let's go into strike a pose. This type 4,000 times 133 equals $532,000. What's that? $1.2 million. Let's go into Don't Rush the Baby. So we got 1.2 million, yeah? So let's type 4,000 times 120, another 480. So let's say 2 million. Let's go to Akarumba. I'm just mentioning. I haven't gone to Princess Cuts because there's not nothing to do with him, but nothing to do with them. Akarumba, 4,000 times 74 equals 296. So let's say 2.3. Let's just say 2.3 million from that. But guys, bear in mind, say Apple Music has a quarter. So let's say if there's 216 million streams from, obviously Don't Rush, there might be 40 million streams on Apple Music. Like, that's kind of the ratio. But Apple Music pays around, it's like, I can't even remember, you get me? But do you know what? Let me ask AI. Let me ask the AI, man. Because, bro, technology is crazy, innit? Let me just ask AI. How much streams, how much is 1 million streams from Apple Music? See what AI is told, man. How much 1 million streams from Apple Music? Now, this is what AI is told, man, is let me help you calculate the revenue from 1 million streams Apple Music according to available information from my knowledge cuts off in April 2024. So basically, let's just go down to it. They've said 0.8, but 1 million streams is $8,000. Yeah? So depending on where it is, 1 million streams is $8,000. So just say 50 million, just say 50 times $8,000. So just type this in. Times 50. $400,000. Yeah? So we're up to like 2.6 million. It goes on. Let's say they've probably made the labels. You've got loads of other Tidal, YouTube. Let's say they've made the labels. Let's say they made the labels being. Say they made 5 mil to the labels. They made 5 million to the label. So that means, guys, yeah. No one else always talk about, oh, you have to, if you got signed for 1 million, you have to recruit 5 mil, then obviously you will start getting paid. But they said that they didn't take a big advance. So not taking a big advance, I would say 150K, 100K. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. And you know what makes it worse? It's like, I remember, I look online, okay, I'm going to speak about this in short form content, but I remember, you know, man, always changing people's lives, and I always have to compare myself as well, because I remember doing a deal with Little Man, saying 50-50, I will invest, go 50-50. The guy's gone online saying, oh, he takes 50% off. Let me flip the screen. The guy's gone online saying, oh, he takes 50% of my earnings, when in the grand scheme of things, Little Man didn't earn anything. He didn't earn a penny of nothing. If you go look at his social media, it's not like someone that's going to be a prison internet sensation from prison that JD or Footlocker or anyone's going to give him endorsement deals. Do you know what I mean? The only things that he might have got a little change from is a few music reactions, which I'm not going to take his flipping pocket money, because I'm flipping spending a lot of money to flipping house him, fund him, feed him, clothe him. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and then going on to the fight, obviously the numbers, you can see the numbers online when you're going through pay-per-view, don't lie in it. It's COVID. It's not like we're sending cash. The numbers come. You don't have 20 payment gateways. It just comes in through Stripe, or you see how much streams. You get me? It's not like you can hide the streams. You get me? So it amazes me when you get a culture that you hear an outcry when someone comes in and says all of that shit, or this, that. But then you see something like this, 5 million, and it's getting brushed under the carpet because no one don't really want to speak, because they're going to get cancelled, or because they might get blackballed, or because they might not get playlists, or because they might not get no bookings or whatnot. Bro, it's for us and you guys that has a duty of care, man, to assist from our culture of everyone want change. And I'm gonna leave it like that, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below. And there's more to come. Peace, guys.